go. SparStar Promotions is proud to present the re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the lightweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Bitch Slap. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Michael Bell. And now, introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing the Den colors, blue and gray. He is training out of the Den Training Center in Yorba Linda by way of La Habra. He weighed in 155 pounds. He brings to the cage a record 2 wins, no losses, with both wins coming by way of stoppage. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jacob Cheeks Pelayo! His opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks. He is representing Team Walker, San Diego, California. He weighed in 155 pounds. His record, no wins with 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Seth Walker. All right, fans, here we go. The re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the lightweight division.
All right, boys, we get to business now.
Always interesting to see somebody representing themselves or their own team. And Walker, we've got that. Both these guys are, they prefer the striking. Yeah. And you can see neither one looks like they're looking for any type of groundwork. I say that, and immediately, a beautiful takedown.
Fool you, John. Fool you indeed. And,
wow. Very beautiful. Yep.
In front of our matchmaker, by the way.
Yes. Who does a fantastic job here,
Absolutely.
too. Like, amateur MMA I've talked about before is just got to be the hardest thing to matchmake for because there's just not a lot to pull from. And Heather does an incredible job.
So let's discuss this, which is, we talked a little bit about Jacob's pedigree from the Den Training Center. They are so aggressive. They make sure to grind. So even if it looked like maybe, given his record, he is easily going to go for that knockout because in previous fights, he has finished up within the second round, the first round. So in this particular thing, it might look like he wants to stand and bang, but I think the decision to go to taking him down really puts it into a world where having a team that is that aggressive, that is that persistent, and has had results that have been very good in the side of this cage is a very smart idea.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they were trying to hype this fight was that it is 2 strikers that are going to stand and bang, and that's all well and good. But you could see it looked like both fighters wanted that in the very beginning, but maybe Pelayo saw something or felt something that he didn't like. And he immediately looked to get it to the ground, and he did so in just such a great way. Now moving over into mount, incredibly dominant position. You could see Walker trying to manage the distance there, trying to not let Pelayo get his posture and just tee off. But did the refs just stop this? I mean, yeah, it's amateur MMA, and just being in that dominant position and just teeing off there. Oh, no. They didn't call it. That was just the end of the round. I didn't hear the bell. Okay.
Don't worry. We have a ring girl here who will let us know the fight is still going, John.
Okay. I did not hear the bell at all in that one.
I will let you know I did not either. But maybe that's just like a hearing test they're doing on us for our oldness. Totally
we
understood.
failed.
We did fail. Did not do well on that one. So here's what I would say. If you are representing yourself, and let's say you don't put down, you have a team that you're representing, it might be a strategy to say, maybe this person, for better or worse, we're going to make the assumption their jiu-jitsu isn't going to be at our level. So as a result of that, why would we want to open it up to them and take anything less? Not that we don't feel confident about our hands, but just, are these people doing the same kind of jiu-jitsu and wrestling drills that we are? So it could be part of the strategy, but let's see if the stand and bang does result here.
And now that Walker knows that Pelayo's game plan is to get him to the ground, let's see if that changes what he does in this round number 2. You can see it looks like he's still trying to tee off. Doesn't have a great defensive position to stop the takedown. And as I say that, immediately Pelayo takes him down, looks to step over, tries to get both legs. Unable to do so, but still tricking the one leg. Now trying to get over to the second one. The other one he's lost, though, the near side. But is he made a body lock? He's trying to topside. He's going for that dog bar, the topside knee bar. Oh, and he gets Walker to turn away. Now, if he gets him to turn away and has a body lock, yes. Good mat return. Slams him, and I believe that hurt Walker a little bit. He grimaced as he fell down. I wonder if he landed on his shoulder. And Pelayo in a great position, splitting the legs with his knee, steps all the way over into mount now, so an even better position. He's going to look to posture up and just throw heavy bombs, and you can see Walker trying to hold on, close that distance if he can. That's only a temporary solution, though. You should be trying to close that distance and then get the heck out of there. This is a terrible position. This could be a fight ender.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be. And I mean, listen, the hard part is he might be blocking the shots, but because he's not responding in any given way, it might be just enough to justify stopping it. The problem is now,
if he can get a foot in front of there, which I think he has, and Pelayo clears it away. Oh, man, Walker should have tried to cross the feet in front and then done a backward shoulder roll to get out of there. This is bad. He gets the foot in front again. This is at least stopping some of the worst punishment. And Walker's going to come out the back door. Nicely done. Pelayo turns into him, has that claw grip, and he's going to move towards the back, look for a choke, but that's going to be the end of round number 2. Going for the side choke. Not enough time, though. And that's the end of the round. And Walker definitely down 2 rounds, 2-0 going into the third. Curious to see if he makes any adjustments in this final round.
The difficult part about that is, John, for a split second, you think, all right, I'm going to toss these feet up, see if they can get in the way, maybe bring the foot over, have my shin against this stomach, maybe they'll create some separate. No, it got worse, because what ended up happening was you gave Jacob his pathway to finding that head and arm. And I got to tell you this, for a dude who's been in mount in 2 rounds, and you felt how close you were with short on time with that head and arm, you are a little concerned about how easy that could happen if he doesn't.
Although, if I'm Walker's corner, like, I'm telling him to do that escape all day long, come out the back door. If, Pelayo had a really great answer to it, got that claw grip, was able to attack the side choke. But if your fighter gets side choked, they have a grappling deficiency. Or a deficit against their opponent, like, at least they're not taking damage. Like in mount,
that's fair.
He could have a broken nose, broken jaw, get knocked out horribly. Side choke, you'll wake up and you'll be fine, right?
Ooh,
Good
nice
right
stiff
hand, though.
Right.
Yep, right down the pike. See Pelayo standing southpaw stance.
It's just a good reminder for Jacob. Just, you want that takedown. You want to make sure, don't leave it to chance. You found him up against the cage. You're going to present him to the crowd and then say, bam, bam, straight here, already locking the legs in. And if you really get that opportunity to go straight back to mount, you've got about minute 20 to try and finish these chokes and to get this there. Now, to his credit, you're seeing Seth try to use the cage to stand back up. Now, the issue that happens here is sometimes, even if you get what you want, you get sucked back down, but it doesn't look like he's even going to get the opportunity to get sucked back down here.
Yeah,
John?
That was a great takedown from Pelayo. He set it up well. He's just punching and clinched off of it, got his hands locked around underneath the hips, was able to lift and put Walker to the ground, and now goes into mount. Fantastic position. I wish that he hadn't driven him all the way over into the fence, though. That could potentially, even from an inexperienced fighter, they allow them to wall walk and get back to their feet.
But look at this. You're right next to your corner.
Here we got the
you
side
got the
choke.
Head and arm choke that you're talking about, and I don't even know that he needs to finish by going over to the side, but he will do it.
He doesn't. I prefer to say mount, but he gets the tap anyway. Really nicely done from Pelayo. Excellent stuff, finishing that one with a head and arm choke. Beautiful, beautiful technique there.
I mean, it's just one of those things where you can see the evidence of it from the beginning. Talk about a way of breaking that down from round 1 to round 3. You see the evidence of him getting to mount. Then in round 2, you see him get the mount again and start to show that he has that choke on hand. Round 3, takes a quick little pop, doesn't seem to stop him for long, but then says, let me pick you up, bring you over to my corner, and finish this fight in the best way possible for me. And I think you can see it. I mean, even if it's slightly off, there's still a lot of pressure on top of it. So it's one of those things where as you're watching it, you're now going to see it all in this beautiful replay. Look at this pickup.
Yeah.
This dude is basically getting airtime and now being presented over for the crowd to go straight on over to his corner. And now, just technical. I think his corner has so much confidence in him over at the Den Training Center. They know this is a wrap. You don't even really have to yell or anything over it. And this is what I was talking about. It's just the slight offness that maybe somebody might start turning into you. But I think
turning away like that, stepping off to the side is. I mean, I'm not a big fan of stepping off to the side anymore. I know that's like the classic way to finish, but it also gives your opponent, if they're very savvy, a lot of their escapes.
Yep.
So leaving one leg over in the half guard or draped over into the full mount while you put that other hip down, still on that other same side. Usually a safer way to finish it, but you can tell like by the color of Walker's face and neck that was a tight choke, and it was really nicely executed.
And I'll just put this as a request for Jacob in the future. I think you could see him finish some head and arm chokes.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute 31 seconds of round number 3, referee in charge Michael Bell stops the contest due to a tap out from an arm triangle submission choke. Our winner in the blue corner, he is still undefeated, Jacob Cheeks Pelayo!
That's right, fight fans. Make some noise for Jacob. Jacob, how do you feel, brother?
Amazing, man. I got a great team. My family came out to support everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming out to support. I wanted to put on a show, show you guys what's up. And thanks, SparStar. Thanks, Heather. Thank you for everyone letting me do this, giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Now let's walk through this replay real quick and take a look and walk us through it.
Guy was tough. You know, he was fighting those positions off, but it's good to get the experience. That's what the amateur's all about. He's a good fighter and needs to keep training. Nothing out of the usual, but I feel good. I want to get back in here as soon as possible.
Now real quick, now who do you train with?
The Den Training Center, Coach Ben Jones, Jake Rosales, Curtis Melender, all those guys are best mentors you can ask for. But God bless. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right, fight fans, make some noise for Jacob Pelayo!
Our thanks to our interviewer, Joey the Bull, for continuing the great coverage from inside of the cage. I just want to say